Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Big Blue House. Oh. Give me a second to get things set this up. Do you have any interesting customer interactions?
Not today, no. Not really. How is that foul? Oh my gosh, I missed the foul pole by like a baseball width.
You know, one of the urban legends is if the foul pole is in fair territory, shouldn't it be the fair pole?
I heard somebody call it the fair pole, and that just don't sound right.
But I mean, the premise of what they're saying makes sense.
Yeah, but then shouldn't it be called the fair lines? Down the left field and right field line?
Sure. I'd be willing to roll with that.
It just doesn't sound right. Beyond the foul pole, it's foul. If it hits the foul pole, it's fair.
That's what I like about you, Frog. I can always count on you for a different opinion.
Well, that's the easy way to do it with Herndon. Just hit 2 home runs.
You were on the debate team when you were in high school, weren't you?
What's the debate team?
Oh, you weren't on the debate team? You'd have been good at it.
Oh?
Yeah.
It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Baltimore Orioles. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton.
My 28th game, and I'm 7-20.
Oh, it's better than 28 and 0, or better than 0 and 28. I mean,
You start saying better than 28. No.
well, it's better than that too, because you wouldn't like being 28 and 0.
No.
Not with the Orioles. You'd be like, this don't make any sense.
What the hell kind of screwy stuff is going?
You'd be like, there's no realism in this game.
One thing I will say is, one thing I definitely agree with you on. I wish there was like ticket pricing, and
Oh yeah.
everything like that. There used to be. See, I used to.
What makes me sick about it is what you just said. There used to be. It used to be in the game. Why did they take it out? It did not detract from the quality of the game.
No.
You didn't have to mess with it if you didn't want to.
See, all my ticket prices were always considered too high because I used to go onto the Orioles team site and look up the actual ticket prices for the different parts of the park.
Yeah.
And actually set it to real life prices. I would do that for the food too.
I would give away like 30,000 seats or something like that.
Oh,
Times.
I would do giveaways too. Yeah.
Be like, look, if you don't fill this stadium, you're stupid because I'm giving you guys over half the seats for free. Just, you know.
Driving one in the air, deep left field. And gone.
And then the crowd would still be the crowd would still be empty. It's like, seriously?
This looks like extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with it.
Can I start this game over? I'm down 3-0. I haven't even gotten it out yet.
Yep.
I'm 5 batters into the game and I'm down 3-0.
Foul territory for the catcher.
Well, just delete the stream, start over. Pretend it never happened.
You know how tempted I am to do that.
Yeah, some guys are concerned about velocity, but he embraces it.
Stays alive.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
On the ground to the left. Finally gets the first out here on the ground.
Spring him in the head. I'm kidding.
Together by manager Alex Cora. And a big factor for them in recent
Nolan Ryan fastball to the head for anybody would suck.
Yeah. As good as he was, just imagine how good he'd have been if he'd had at least a little bit better control.
runners at the corners and one out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a little bit of the sticky stuff.
Every time. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always
See, what I don't like, okay, was it, could Major League Baseball have handled the whole sticky substance thing better last year? Sure. But I don't like these players like Tyler Glasnow saying, because essentially using those sticky substances was cheat. Well, not essentially, it was cheating. So then for him to sit there and blame Major League Baseball for him getting hurt because they stopped him from cheating, essentially. Like, sorry, not sorry. Don't feel sorry for you. Like, you shouldn't have been using it in the first place.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it's like...
On the other hand, were you actually going to make a counter argument, or were you just being okay?
Well, yeah. So, like, on the other hand, it's a lot like if the cops start enforcing the speed limit on the highways at exactly what the speed limit is, right? Every time somebody sees a cop, then they're going to slam on the brakes worse than they do already. You see what I mean?
I suppose.
When you leave a rule unenforced for long enough, it basically, in essence, ceases to be a rule. Whether it's still a rule or not, lack of enforcement creates a lack of compliance.
Damn it, Frog. I hate when you make sense.
It'd be different if, like, okay, last year or the year before last was the first year they let anybody get away with sticky stuff. Nobody ever used it before that and got away with it.
Gaylord Perry's in the Hall of Fame, and he was famous for using pine tar on the ball.
Yeah, I finished trying no-hitter thing.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
I still can't get that 2 extra base hits with Anthony Rendon.
You just had two home runs with him. It's easy.
Oh, easy, yeah.
It is.
The right-hander gives
No, it's not.
It only took me like, what, 5 tries, if that, to hit 2 home runs with
Well,
him?
I'll let you log into my account and you can do it.
You don't need me to do it. It's super easy. You hit on freaking Hall of Fame, right? This is freaking...
I don't always hit well.
You keep saying about how you hit on Hall of Fame.
They need to take that, they need to take that shot out of the game when you get that occasional shot of that guy, the person on the sitting at the on deck circle. You see their ass. They need.
I haven't seen that.
It's been in the game for years.
I've never seen it.
I guess it must just be a franchise thing.
Probably whatever presentation style you use.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Like, I skip cutscene stuff all the time, usually.
Pitch misses.
There's very few times I let cutscenes run.
There's a. I don't know about this year, but in past year.
You do it just to get copyright struck, I know that.
Well, no, I turned off music.
No, I'm saying you let cutscenes run just so you can get your copyright strikes against you.
Well, no, I legitimately thought that when you streamed from console, it automatically.
Yeah, I know, but that's not cutscenes. That's music. That's completely different. I'm talking the cutscenes from the wrestling game when you're watching all the Rey Mysterio things.
Tied it up. So much for those 3 runs I gave up in the first inning.
Meaningless.
Clip that shit. Shit that clip. Oh, wait. Never mind.
So what did they change with the patch?
I don't know. I didn't see the... that's a weird thing. None of the usual MLB streamers put out a video talking about... Like, I didn't see any patch notes. I know what they didn't fix.
Oriole Park at Candleman Yards?
Yep.
Shocked. Guarantee if that was Yankee Stadium that did that, it would have been done by now.
I feel the same way.
Same with Dodger Stadium. Same with
Fenway or Wrigley.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're playing some professional wrestling?
I'll switch to the better game, yeah.
I scored 3 runs and I only got 1 hit.
Nice.
That's that plate discipline I always talk to you about.
Yeah. See, between your exceptional plate discipline and your ability to hit on Hall of Fame, the Rendon thing should be just like cakework.
Yeah, right.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
He needs a quick 1-2-3 this time.
I gotta look this guy up. I didn't know there was a... I don't think he's an... MLB make his claim that all these players are real players this year. I'd never even heard of this prospect from the Red Sox. Jax Groshans. I've heard of Jordan Groshans with the Blue Jays, but I've never heard of Jax.
Jacks?
No, Jaxx.
Last name?
Groshans. I'm going to spell it.
Groshans.
Let me look.
Hmm.
Groshans, yes.
ANS, yeah. SoxProspects.com says he's got a solid frame with no remaining projection. Thick lower half.
Oh, so he is real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Born in 1998.
Does he say he's the brother? Just curious. Does he say he's the brother of Jordan Groshans? I'd imagine so, since that's not a common name.
I don't see anything about it. Oh,
That's
brother of Blue Jays first round pick. Yep.
Okay.
Older brother. He's Jordan's older brother.
Okay. I knew who Jordan Groshans was. I just never heard of
Jackson's his older brother.
Okay, thank you.
Guess Big Bro didn't make as much of a splash in your circle of prospects.
In the circle of life. Man, I'm sure gonna have some competitive banter the next 4 days. Because the Orioles play the Twins for the next 4 games. So we'll be banterating back and forth.
Anthony Bemboom in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Bemboom.
So you can insult the Orioles the most, their play, or you?
Wow. Actually, they've been playing a lot better than I expected them to play this year. Like, see, I know they're rebuilding, and I know they're not. Realistically, I know they're not going to compete this year. But they've been playing good. Like there's only been like 2 or 3 games this year, or 2 games this year, where I've turned it off because it's like, yeah, this game's over. They're not coming back. And you can appreciate this. I mean, as a rebuilding team, all you can really ask for is to be competitive. Like, okay, you may end up ultimately losing in the end, but make it a good game.
Or don't.
I'm still thinking, since I have some pretty weaker hitters in this, I still think I'd probably need to use contact swing more.
You could just be like a Pirates and get defeated 21-0. That would work too.
Go Power Ranger. See, I think the Rangers should rebrand their team to the Power Rangers. They could be the Mighty Morphin Texas Rangers.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And there's 2 away. That was a nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop-up and an
Gone.
for the defense.
Bye-bye, baseball. Cedric Mullins.
Was it a screamer?
Oh, it was no doubt. He went Apo Taco. That ball would have been out in the new Camden Yards. Let's go Apo Taco. Speaking of taco, Taco Bell got rid of my favorite thing on their menu about a year ago. I used to love the Mexican pizza.
No.
And they got rid of it. Those bastards.
I never heard of it.
You've never heard of combos.
Right.
Now I have 5 runs on 3 hits. The box score always looks weird to me when teams have more runs than they do hits.
I don't know. As a Pirates fan, I'm used to the other team having like twice as many runs as hits. So.
I hear Diesel's theme song.
I mean, when your team lets somebody ground out to third base with 2 strikes or with 2 out and get to second base with a run coming in, yeah.
We're going to be sitting around a table when we're 90 years old, and you're going to bring that up, aren't you? Remember when the Pirates gave up a double on a ground out to third base? And a damn run scored, too.
I've never seen any baseball player in any baseball play be out by a larger margin and not get out on the play.
Come on, Jordan. 2 ball.
Like, that'll be a Javier Baez story when he's old and ailing.
And not in the Hall of Fame.
People be like, you remember that time he got all those bases on that ground out in the third base?
He's going to tell his grandkids, I once got to second base on a ground out to third and got an RBI.
He almost had an inside the park home run on that play. I mean, all he would have had to do was keep running.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh yeah, if he'd have just kept making them throw the ball, he'd have been able to get all the way around the home plate.
Back here in Baltimore, bottom of the inning. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat on the back, regardless of how things were going.
How is your foot?
Whether you were doing well or you were
still sore.
they treated your family. I mean, this is a great place.
Well, the important thing is it's attached.
Be one of the top places in all of baseball.
Sometimes I think it'd be better if it wasn't.
You sound like a friend of mine.
And now, Trey Mancini, the walk and a run scored his first time. And he swings and misses, and it's nothing at all.
To be fair, sometimes I feel that way about my head, too, so.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of him. Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and it looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Next one just misses. The count now 2-2. Swing and a ground ball out to short. In plenty of time to first, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
Every game.
Rudnet
Odor.
Rough Odor.
Rudy. His biggest claim to fame is probably popping Jose Batista. Do you remember that?
He's the Odor Man. Dun, dun.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to hope he gets a mistake. One guy that was really great, once the count got to 2 strikes, he'll go.
2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. And that's that.
I think the key is...
He's a super freak.
The line to kick the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
I do like the spelling of that. Jax Groshans. That I like unique spellings.
Is in for a strike.
Love how
Oh.
helpful the umpire is today. No doubt. In the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind. As to the conviction in the call.
You don't like that one TikTok that I liked then?
I need to do more on TikTok.
They were like talking about like these different spellings of different names and stuff. It was kind of funny. It was very funny actually.
My problem is I'm not good with all the different filters and stuff.
Like KMNOP.
I don't even know what I don't know what that is.
KMNOP.
Hey, you're using Charlotte.
KMNOP is no L. So unique spelling for no L.
Oh.
Because, you know, there's KMNOP. No L.
By the way, what the heck mode are you playing? Because there's no entrances in my faction.
Who said I'm actually playing? I'm just sitting in my faction.
That's right, you play theme music in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, I'm glad they can't hear the audio of your game, because if I got copyrighted because of... Could you imagine that, though, if they copyrighted somebody because of... I wouldn't put it past them, actually.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now the third baseman, Orioles.
One of my favorite MLB The Show stream... actually, I'll tell you this. Remind me to tell you a story after my stream ends. I don't want to bring it up on stream. Because if by chance he was to see the stream, he wouldn't be happy about me talking about it. Something happened to one of my favorite MLB The Show streamers.
Something happens to everyone, man.
Good Lord, you sound like Kermit.
Don't let it get you down, man. Just gotta be mellow.
Carmelo?
Next pitch is in the dirt, and the count's even at 2.
I got his Maelstrom card the other day on Supercard. I hadn't got it before. And that's like 2 or 3 tiers before the tier I'm on.
Oh, I was talking about Carmelo Anthony. Like, from basketball, not necessarily Carmelo Hayes, but...
Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1.
I haven't played wrestling in... Remember when I was saying to you I didn't think I was going to get this game because I'd be too busy playing baseball or too busy playing wrestling?
Yeah, more like you should have told me you weren't getting this game because you'd be too busy playing baseball.
I know. Funny how that works, isn't it? Well, to your point about why take things out that are already in, they took, and it was a very small thing. Like, it was hokey. It didn't often work right, but it was a nice way to get somebody involved in your match card on Universe Mode. I don't like the fact that they took promos out.
There's a swing and a drive. And forget it. His second of the year, and they slice into the lead. It's 5-4.
I'm still waiting for a game that uses, like, voice recognition to realize, like, what you're saying and have an actual conversation with you.
Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Out towards left center.
You know what I mean? Like, instead of like a generic dialogue box that pops up and you tell it like, and you just like click one of 2 or 3 responses,
Mm.
you actually say something to it and it recognizes it and
Yeah, but
is like, oh, okay, that's, you know.
the problem is, for every person like me or you that would take something like that seriously and treat it right, you'd have those assholes that would just be
Swings and misses.
saying inappropriate stuff. They'd be they'd be shit. 5-5. They'd be reenacting Mike Tyson saying that he wants to eat Lennox Lewis's children. You know what I mean?
The wind of the pitch. And a foul ball left side. Still
Yeah, but how hilarious would it be if like the game recognized that and was like,
swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
you're too
I'm
inappropriate to be playing this game.
be like, I'm going to call the police now. You've threatened me with harm.
And now it's filled up.
Well, I can't remember which one it was, but the one basketball game, if you were cussing while you were playing it, you kept getting like personal fouls or unsportsmanlike conducts or whatever. Like, it was hilarious.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, one of the 2K ones. I don't remember how many years ago though.
And there's a hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away. One down. Here's Bobby Dahlbeck. He steps off and bluffs a throw at second.
Keegan Aiken.
Theory is up to level 78 out of 100 for me now.
That is one thing I'm surprised that, like, 2K doesn't do. Like, when, like, okay, you don't want to put in the effort to change the models or change the clothes of the wrestler. I'm surprised, especially like when WWE has a name change that they don't put out
They
a
went
pack.
with it in Supercard. Usually.
I'm down 6-5 now.
Well, who told you were supposed to be down? Jeez. I guess RVD joined AEW.
Oh, it did?
From what I was seeing online. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I saw.
Oh, good. Another DLC character for the game that ain't even associated.
Next offering is down low.
You know WWE is gonna buy AEW within like the next 10 years, though, probably. Because AEW keeps like signing all these people and then driving away like key players like Cody Rhodes, and it's like, okay. Meanwhile WWE keeps putting up record profits. Like,
Yeah, but here's the thing. Tony Khan does have more money than Vince.
so?
I mean, the Khan family has money to burn.
Yeah, but people who have money to burn aren't likely to want to burn it for too awful long.
Yeah.
Or they end up with no money.
I'm down 8-5 now, by the way.
Jeez, you're doing a great job of getting the other team runs.
I know, I hate playing the Red Sox. They're like,
the Red Sox? The Red Sox don't even have anybody they can hit, do they?
yeah, they got Rafael Devers, they got Bogarts.
Okay, I'll give you Bogarts because he Bogarted that home run for me earlier.
Misses the mark. That hits the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes.
This person's name on Supercard is Woof Woof.
And there's a fly ball deep right field. Hits the top of the wall. And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Oh, I wish I was off for the next week.
Don't we all?
I don't know. Maybe some people love their job.
On the ground to third. Tosses to first. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
I mean, I love my job, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't want to, like, somebody said to me, you want to be off for the next week? Why, show.
Something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Kicks and fires.
Oh wait, tomorrow's Monday, isn't it?
Yes. All day.
That means tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw.
Oh, didn't you hear? That was one of other Vince's other decisions. He's renaming it Monday Night Frog.
That would suck.
Why?
Because people would channel hop right over it.
That was good. That was good.
You weren't expecting that one.
I almost want to clip my stream just so people can hear that audio. Don't pay attention to the game, pay attention to the audio. Oh my God! If Amish comes on, we gotta tell that. You gotta tell that again.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he
8-7.
You don't typically want to pull a pitch.
Oh, you're coming back, huh?
Doesn't allow his wrists to roll over.
Something like that.
So they turn to the lefty in this spot. Matt's turn.
You know what the bad part is? It's all, well, not the bad part, but it's only the bottom of the 5th. Neither team's pitching staff has really shown up.
Good eye in that spot.
But have they shown down?
They'd hop right over it.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
The Padres are beating the Pirates 8-0.
Oh,
Left-hand batter waits.
so it's typical Pirates baseball. Gotcha.
Takes the turn. He's digging for second. In there safely.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his back. Trying to put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
Next to hit, Ramon Urias. And that one fouled off.
So, but this is my problem though with the Orioles. I have a game where I have an offensive explosion and score 7 runs, but my pitching gives up 8. Of course, I guess.
Pitch better.
You know what?
2 outs. One in scoring position.
Simple solutions to simple problems.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, hop over it.
2.
That's what I'm going to start telling people. Instead of telling people to go to hell, I'm going to tell them to hop over it.
2-2 now. Martinez on the move to his right. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And that is that. Baltimore with a 2-run shot this inning. Back now at Oriole Park. New inning getting started. Here's Rafael Devers. Aiken back to work. Ripped to first, caught. J.D. Martinez stands in. Slice down the right side. Next one is off the plate. And now it's even 1-1. That's a hit.
You get a hit. You get a hit.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Anytime you
I wonder if Oprah realized when she started doing that that was going to become a meme. Although to
No,
be
because
fair,
back then she didn't even know what meme. Nobody
That's
knew
what I-
what meme was.
that's what I was about to say. Back then, nobody.
Here's a big
Back then, nobody had any clue anything was going to be a meme.
right side.
I'm honestly very surprised that she never thought about running for president.
That's the inning. 7-9.
Not saying I would have supported that. I'm just surprised she never did.
Now, Ryan McKenna leading off. Pitch. They say a win.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
And a pitch.
Here's an interesting question, and this is not about Trump, but considering how controversial Trump and his presidency was, since he was the first real non-politician to win the presidency, and I say that.
That's not true.
The only reason he made the plays because his route was so good.
What are you going to say, Reagan?
Yeah.
But Reagan was a congressman, wasn't he? Before, or he had political experience before he became president.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He was, wasn't
Okay,
he?
that's a fair point. He did have some
He was a governor, I think.
experience.
Next off.
I can't remember what the exact experience was, but you're right. He did have some experience.
I'm saying, he'd never held any kind of political office, and he won the presidency.
A foul ball makes it 1-2.
Considering,
Oh, Washington did that.
okay, never mind. I'm not even going to ask my question.
Go ahead and get to the question, though.
No, just forget it.
No, go ahead. Ask the question.
No, just.
I didn't mean to shoot the question full of
All I was going
before.
to all I was
you
going to
asked
say
it.
was, considering how controversial, no matter how you felt about Trump, how controversial his president was, could you ever see someone doing that again? I.e., a guy that's always been rumored. This is not about The Rock, but just as an example, a guy like The Rock who no political experience. Could you see somebody that has never held a political office before running and winning again?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe more so, considering that, depending on who you ask, Trump is potentially the best president that you've seen in the last 100 years.
Well, again, I'm not saying it's about Trump.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying that when you factor in that, he's, in some people's mind, the best president in at least, 50 years, right? To some people. Not everybody.
There are some people that say he's the best. Growing up, I always heard the best presidents were Lincoln, Kennedy, and Reagan.
Here comes a pitch. And there's the strike.
Not necessarily in that order, but
right. My thing with him is, since the DMZ was established in North Korea or in Korea, right?
mm-hmm.
He's the only president that's crossed it.
Well,
That's pretty free. Like, there's been like 7 presidents from both, like, 2 or like at least 3 from each, like, affiliation or party, however you want to say it, right? Before him, that never did that.
while I don't, while I, and I'm going to shift gears away from politics because I am streaming, and I don't want to talk about politics on stream. I will say that for the people that complain about him, like they knew what they were getting when they elected him. Like,
Well,
and I will say,
fair, I'm not sure anybody who elected him actually complained about him. To be fair.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I found quite a few things that the way he said things offensive.
Well, yeah, he's definitely offensive.
But again, that's one of the things you knew about him before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anybody that ever saw an interview with him or watched The Apprentice.
Right.
Here's an interesting question, though. Well, no, because I want to get off of politics. I'll ask you after stream. All right, I'll ask this. I don't want to get too in depth. Just kind of yes or no type thing.
Okay.
If they ever amended the Constitution, and you'll understand why I say it, to where Arnold could run for president, do you think he could win?
He could. I don't know if he would.
Oh yeah, of course he. Well, okay. Do you think he? You know what I meant when I said, do you think he could win?
I think he has the potential to. I don't know if he would.
I think if they ever did, I'll say this, I think if they ever did amend the Constitution, he'd probably be the best candidate the Republicans would have right now. But off of politics now.
Yeah. Back to sportsies. Are you winning now? Are you losing? Or what?
If you were watching my stream, you would know this now.
But it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know that's a platform I disagree with.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Ryan Mountcastle. And there's something you don't see very much.
Besides, I thought you were doing like uploads.
I told you didn't pay attention to the first part of our conversation.
I never pay attention. Come on, you know that.
Well, damn.
Have you not paid attention to any of our conversations?
I told you that I discovered that it stops after 59 minutes, 59 seconds. So I said I'm gonna have to just bite the bullet and do streams.
I know, but I said I thought you were doing uploads.
No. Never mind.
The frustration in your voice is priceless.
That wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Takes the strike. And time called prior to the 0-1.
It's almost as good as who's on first.
What?
No, what's on second?
I don't know.
Third base.
Himself to the bag, and that'll do it. For the top of the 8th, now it's the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
Xandarius Bogaerts. Damn, Lyles got charged for all 8 of those runs.
The line to the pitch. Bogaerts, who wears that number 2 on his back for his idol, Derek Jeter. Next pitch is inside, and it's 1-1. Next one misses, and it's 2-1.
When you get to this part of the order, yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely.
Here's a swing and a try.
I fucking hate Xander Bogaerts. That's his 4th home run in 2 games against me.
Quit letting them hit home runs. Pitch better to him.
Quit letting him hit home runs. Pitch better to him. You can't see it. I'm giving you the finger.
You're an elite pitcher.
You can't.
Elite pitcher.
You can't see it right now. I'm giving you the finger.
That's not appropriate for stream.
That's why I'm not on camera.
Devers hits that one. Mullins joined this one. Puts the squeeze.
16 runs scored in this game so far.
Here is J.D. Martinez. Dylan Tate on the pitch here. And this guy can bring it velocity-wise.
Amish said he will join us soon.
TM?
Swing and a bouncer.
Huh?
Did he say soon TM?
Martinez is
You know, the old joke, like all the people say, you know, oh, it's soon, so soon TM.
No, I've never heard that.
Really?
Yes, never heard
Maybe
it.
it's only an Eve thing. Maybe it's only an Eve Online thing.
next offering is in for a strike. Next one is off the plate, and it's 2-1.
I can't chat.
What do you mean you can't chat?
Next pitch is downstairs.
Oh, there it is.
It's not letting you send a chat?
No, there it is. I found it.
Drifts towards it. Makes the catch.
No, because Amish had that problem earlier, and somehow it got set that this was a kids stream. I had to change the setting.
Out of the bullpen.
Ah.
Pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh.
Send something in chat just to make sure it's working.
Well, I'm working on that. Just give me time.
Strike 2. Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go
It's 8:36.
he wants to go right here.
This ain't the right way, but okay.
0-2 now. Ball one there.
Soon. Green Frog Mobile. I guess you did it from your phone.
That's so
Yeah.
close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the best you can do on the phone.
Are you trying to say you're phony?
Way upstairs.
At this point in the game,
Nah, I'm trying to say phone chat sucks.
have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing.
That one misses. So a lead.
Okay, the tying run comes to the plate.
Laying off a 3-2.
We'll tie it up then.
And it's fouled away. Runner at first with no outs here.
Now, this guy's definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to keep.
And this one bounces away from Vasquez.
Blake Snell fires 7 innings of one-hit ball in win versus Pirates.
And the pitch. On the ground to Devers. One gone in the bottom of the 8th.
What do you think of Matt Cardenza?
Here is
Or
Ryan McKenna.
whatever his name is? For
Zack Ryder?
Zack Ryder. Yeah.
First pitch, and
Is there a context to that question, or just in general?
Well, like, do you think he'll be back to WWE now that he's like established himself as a
I
bigger
think
player out there?
I think he's an extremely talented wrestler that um, never truly got the opportunity he deserved, because when they finally gave him a chance, they put him in that awful storyline with John Cena and Eve and Kane, and I think it's tough for me to say whether anybody will be back. It's very tough to say. Tied it up.
Nice.
9-9. Somebody's going to score 10 runs in this game. At least. But it's tough for me to say whether anybody will re-sign or be back, because the reason I say that is they're releasing so many people, and it's hard to understand the direction they're going. So for me to say anybody will be re-signed or anybody will be back, because if you'd asked me a couple months ago when they were releasing people like crazy, I'd have told you they were getting ready to sell.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Well, I mean, I do believe once Vince dies, there's a good chance.
I think there's a better chance of whichever one takes over, Shane or Stephanie, buying the company back from the public and taking it back from public to private.
I don't think they got that kind of money. You know how much that company's worth now? And actually, the heavy rumor, the last I heard, was there's talks that Vince isn't going to turn the company over to Shane or Stephanie. They're going to return it over to Nick Khan. That guy that works for the company that also works with The Rock. I mean, it's already been widely rumored that Nick Khan he was supposedly brought into the company to help, quote unquote, balance the budget. So his rationale is, okay, this person's not being used. They're sitting back and catering, quote unquote, not literally sitting, but not being used. So, cut down on the surplus.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I just got Rey Mysterio.
Oh,
from the
now losing 10-9.
Briefcases. And Ezekiel's older brother.
See, that storyline is so funny or so stupid. We're talking about it though, so whether people like it or not, it's working.
Yeah, I think with the Kevin Owens thing, it's great. Kevin Owens is getting the Ezekiel thing over far more than it would have ever got without him. Kevin Owens is a freaking genius. He is probably one of the biggest assets in the company. Him and Sami Zayn both. And I didn't used to like Sami at all.
Oh, I love Sami.
When I first saw Sami Zayn in WWE, I was like, this guy's
Well, you know what his name was on the Indies, right?
With Cena, where he got hurt or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, if the guy can stay healthy, he's got drive at least. You know, like
Well, that's the thing. Like the 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 guy you saw, Russell Cena, that's what he was in NXT. That he was the white meat babyface underdog. You know,
mm-hmm.
like when he finally won the NXT title,
Mm-hmm.
like that place went nuts because he, I mean, you could argue that you could argue at a certain point he was the heart and soul of NXT at one point. And then the feud with Kevin Owens. I'm now losing 12-9.
Well, you need to score 3 more runs, then.
Well, they're not done. They're not done yet.
Well, you need to make them done.
I'm usually so good with Dylan Tate. The last 2 games I've used him, I just can't get anybody. Good. I don't ever want to see the Red Sox again after these. Thank God after this year, I won't have to play the AL East so many times. I'm going to be very curious to see how the schedule looks next year.
It'll probably look the same on the show, anyhow. On the game.
What do you think? They're not going to update the? You think they're going to keep the unbalanced schedule, even though Major League Baseball already announced they're changing the schedule?
Well, I mean, they can't fix a wall, so they can't. I don't expect them to fix the schedule. I'm sorry. I have extremely low expectations of MLB of SDS.
But see, there's one thing I'm very curious about though. They've said that every team is going to play. Like everybody's going to play everybody, right?
Okay.
So like when they say everybody's going to play everybody at least once, and I know you and I have talked about this a little bit. Does that mean like the Pirates and the Orioles both are going to play one series against each other, you guys in Camden Yards and then us in PNC? Or are we only going to play one series, possibly next year we go to PNC, the following year you come to Camden?
Yeah, who knows?
Because the way they said it is kind of vague. All they said was everybody's going to play everybody.
If you keep it vague, you're not disappointing people when it's not what they're expecting. If people can't build them, like if people can't expect something, you can't disappoint them.
Yeah.
For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show.
Tate, buddy, what's going on with you? Good Lord. Read any good books lately?